Hello again, and I'm glad you're here. I want you to sit with me and enjoy Psalm 63. This is a psalm that's a favorite of many, many people, including myself. It's one of the very favorites of mine from the very beginning. The truth is, when I first started getting serious reading the Bible, it's also the time where I was a budding musician and I started playing guitar, like that one over there. So the very first song I ever wrote, I did not write the lyrics to this song because it's Psalm 63, but I put music to it. And I'm not the only person who's done that. A lot of people have written music to Psalm 63. Why? Because it's absolutely beautiful. It's a psalm of David when he was in a dry and thirsty time, and that's part of what's in the psalm right there, what I said, a dry and thirsty land. So I want you to just enjoy this, sit with me, take in the beauty, take in the passion of David toward God, and I'm just going to read it first and comment on it later. Using my old Bible, it's probably a 40-year-old Bible. This is the New King James Version. The reason I'm using this one today is because this is the one I was reading when I first wrote that song, when I put music to Psalm 63. So this Bible is probably 40 years old. Probably looks like it. Psalm 63, they've given it the title, Joy in the Fellowship of God. A psalm of David when he was in the wilderness of Judah. So he was in a pretty dry, barren place at this time when he wrote this, and he's going to use words that express that. So I'm not here to really teach. I'm here to enjoy the scriptures with you and just expound and reflect on them a little bit. I hope you really enjoy this. Verse 1. O God, you are my God. Early will I seek you. My soul thirsts for you. My flesh longs for you in a dry and thirsty land where there is no water. So I have looked for you in the sanctuary to see your power and your glory. Because your loving kindness is better than life, my lips shall praise you. Thus I will bless you while I live. I will lift up my hands in your name. My soul shall be satisfied as with marrow and fatness, and my mouth shall praise you with joyful lips. When I remember you on my bed, I meditate on you in the night watches, because you have been my help. Therefore, in the shadow of your wings I will rejoice. My soul follows close behind you. Your right hand upholds me. But those who seek my life to destroy it shall go into the lower parts of the earth. They shall fall by the sword. They shall be a portion for jackals. But the king shall rejoice in God. Everyone who swears by him shall glory. But the mouth of those who speak lies shall be stopped. Well, that was some beautiful stuff by David, and a little bit powerful at the end of his attitude toward his enemies. But that's how a lot of the Psalms were. David was not hiding his angst, his anger toward his enemies a lot of the time. He let it all out there. Psalm 63, I just want you to take this in with me. Verse 1, O God, you are my God. It starts off. In the Hebrew, it would say, O Elohim. He was naming him Elohim, you are my God. It's not using the Yahweh right here. It's Elohim in the Hebrew. You are my God. He's naming, it's not just redundantly, O God, you are my God. It's, O Elohim, you are my God. There are pagans who would say, oh, Ashar, you are my God, or some other things. I'm not even going to mention them. He was saying, Elohim, you are my God. He says, early will I seek you. Early in the day, this is lining up very well with the life of Jesus. Jesus would retreat to the hills, to the sticks, as it were, the wilderness. He would retreat a lot of the time early in the morning to pull away from everybody, everything, the noise of life, be alone with the Father. So you'll see some little aspects of Jesus' life in this very psalm. Early will I seek you. I love that. You know, the best time, honestly, is to seek God early in the morning. There's nothing like it, especially right around sunrise or even before. Sometimes Jesus would go out before the sunrise. I'm going to take a little bit of my tea here, my Earl Grey tea. Is it still steaming? I don't know. Early will I seek you. My soul thirsts for you. My flesh longs for you. We're still in verse 1 here. My soul thirsts for you. Does your soul thirst for God? I know we all have times where we're not as thirsty as we want to be. But you know, when you wake up in the morning and you're thirsty, you go right for it, right? You don't wait till halfway through the day to quench your thirst. So it was with David. Early will I seek you. My soul thirsts for you. My flesh longs for you. In a dry and thirsty land where there is no water. Again, when he was in the wilderness of Judah, as it says, in a dry and thirsty land where there is no water, it was parched desert. He was hiding a lot of the time from Saul. Saul was out to get him. It's a dry and weary land, so I have looked for you in the sanctuary to see your power and your glory. He says, I have looked for you in the sanctuary. He's not so much talking about a church sanctuary as we know it today, because they didn't have a church back then. They did have the tabernacle where God dwelt. It's a different thing. God dwelt in the tabernacle. So David said, I looked for you in the sanctuary. You know, today, with the access we have to God, we can search for him right here, right where you are right now. We can search for God. I search for you in the sanctuary of my heart to see your power and your glory. Boy, yeah, David has seen God's power and glory a lot. This is really beautiful in verse 3. Because your loving kindness is better than life, my lips shall praise you. He says, because your loving kindness is better than life itself. This is God's loving kindness towards him. He's not in this verse expressing his love to God. He says, your loving kindness is better than life. You know, the only time they use the word loving kindness in the Bible is God. You don't see loving kindness attributed to John the Apostle or Peter or anybody else. It's always God. Your loving kindness is better than life itself. My lips shall praise you. There was praise on his lips because of the loving kindness of God toward him. Thus I will bless you while I live. Verse 4, I will bless you, Lord, while I live. I will lift up my hands to your name. In your name, I will lift up my hands in your name. Isn't that beautiful? That's a great posture of praise, a surrendering. Lord, just come unto me, bless my heart. I bless you, lifting my hands. In your name, my soul shall be satisfied as with marrow and fatness. Marrow and fatness is the good part of the feast. That's the rich stuff there. My soul shall be satisfied as with marrow and fatness. And my mouth shall praise you with joyful lips. When I remember you on my bed, I meditate on you in the night watches. So earlier on it spoke of earlier, it said, early will I seek you, Lord. And now in verse 6, when I remember you on my bed in the night watches. Now it's talking about nighttime. So wherever you are right now, if it's late at night, I suspect it might be if you're watching this, it's a great time to meditate on the Lord. What is meditating in the Christian vernacular? It's not a New Age type meditating. Meditating is, I think it's best said as pondering. I will think of your word. I will think of you. Ponder it. Let it sink into my heart. Mull it over in my mind. All of the above. Verse 7, because you have been my help, therefore in the shadow of your wings I will rejoice. Again, because you have been my help. David knew God has always been there for him. God has always been his help. He has his sword, he has his army, but guess what? God has always been his true help, his ultimate help. Therefore, in the shadow of your wings, I will rejoice. That's a tenderness, that's a beautiful, loving closeness in the shadow of your wings. God's anthropomorphic wings. So God, we don't think actually has wings, but anthropomorphically, in other words, he doesn't really have wings, but we rest in the shadow of his wings. Metaphorically, you could say. My soul follows close behind you. Your right hand upholds me. That's verse 8. My soul follows close behind you. He's following God in a very close way, close behind you. My soul follows close behind you. Your right hand upholds me. He says God's right hand upholds him. Again, God is a spirit. Does he actually have a right hand? Probably not, but we were created in his image. That's a whole different story there, isn't it? My soul follows close behind you. Your right hand upholds me. But those who seek my life to destroy it shall go into the lower parts of the earth. They will go into the lower parts of the earth. Kind of a prophetic statement there. There were many who did seek his life to destroy it, and they went to the lower parts of the earth. Verse 10, they shall fall by the sword. They shall be a portion for jackals. So there were people who on the battlefield fell by the sword to David and his armies, and it's a harsh reality. A lot of them were eaten by jackals. But the king shall rejoice in God. The king shall rejoice in God. Everyone who swears by him shall glory. But the mouth of those who speak lies shall be stopped. David utters some strong words there for the enemies of his soul. And if you read the Psalms at all, you're used to that language and it doesn't faze you. David was pretty straightforward. He would give praise to God one minute and pronounce judgment on his enemies the next minute. So I love the Psalter, these beautiful songs that many of which David wrote. Psalm 23 is a prime psalm. There's really not enough you could say about this psalm as far as something that's 11 verses long. It's pretty short, but it's so packed. Again, if you find yourself in a dry and weary land, you may want to try to take part in this with David. Read this. Feel where he was. Look to God. O God, you are my God. Early will I seek you. My soul thirsts for you. My flesh longs for you in a dry and thirsty land where there is no water. Seek the Lord tonight. If there is no water in your life right now, metaphorically speaking, he's the living waters. He really is. I encourage you tonight to seek the Lord through prayer, through the reading of His Word and meditating upon His Word. It's a really beautiful thing. Having the Lord's Word just dwelling in your heart, memorizing some scripture is great. Jesus, what did He do when He was encountered by Satan in the wilderness? He used the scriptures that He had access to. So what are we using against the wiles of the enemy? It's all right here. I hope you enjoyed Psalm 63. There's really more that could be said. I just wanted you to just enjoy a beautiful reading and a little bit of commentary on it as I reflect on Psalm 63. And I hope you will return for another one. Thank you for watching. This is Shane with Stillwater's Audio Bible.